Ever have those days where you look at the training plan, it's a tough session and you just don't feel like doing it, or you're mid-session or mid-race and that little voice in your head just starts nattering away, putting doubts in there, telling you to slow down or even stop? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the tools that I use to put that voice in its place, and also to help you get out the door and crush that session that you're not too keen to do. Hi, my name's Neil, and in these videos I select a running related topic and talk about it for up to 5 minutes. Now, if you've got a topic that you'd like me to talk about, hit me up in the comments down below, leave your suggestion, and I'll get to that topic in a future video. Alright, so let's cue the countdown clock and dive into this week's topic. Now, before I launch into this topic, just want to stress that if you are feeling run down or tired, or you've had a shitty night's sleep, or you've had the COVID vaccine jab or anything like that, then by all means dodge a hard session, because the last thing you want to do is run the body down further than it already is. So with that in mind, guys, let's start the clock. Now, I thought about this topic during last week's 10k tempo I did as part of the Breaking 3 project that I'm doing at the moment, and I really struggled in that tempo, and I used some of these tools. So I'm going to share some of them and a few other things. Let's start with, you're looking at your training plan, you've got a hard session to do, but you just don't feel like doing it. So how can you lift your motivation levels to get out the door and crush that session? For me, if it's part of a training plan for a specific goal, then I'm going to think, well, this is an important session that I need to do, so I'm just going to get out and I'm just going to get it done. I also think back to previous sessions that I've done which have been similar, and how good I felt after doing one of those sessions. I also bribe myself a little bit. I might think, okay, I'm not feeling the best today, but I'm going to do this session, and then I'm going to come home and look at buying some running gear, or I might treat myself to a massage, or I might go to a recovery centre, jump in the sauna, jump in the cold and hot water treatment, anything that's going to help lift your motivation levels. And normally a hard, tough session like this is probably only 20 or 30 minutes, or up to maybe an hour for a tempo. So I think, okay, I'm going to get out, I'm going to get it done. It'll all be done and dusted within an hour or so. Another good tool to use is organise to meet up with someone. They don't have to do the complete session with you. They might come along and just do part of the session, or they might come along and ride their bike just to keep you company. But it makes you accountable for getting out the door, because you know that you have to meet this person that you've organised with previously to come along and help you through this session. So don't be afraid to reach out and call on a running buddy, or even a friend that can hop on a bike. Alright, so what about mid-race? For me, if I'm not feeling great in a race, the first thing I will try and do is tack into a group, get into a bunch of people, and just try and sit and go with that pace of that group. I'll sit at the back, just try and get a little bit of a tow along, treat it as a bit of a recovery. And that's what I say to myself. Okay, I'm going to get to this group, and then I'm just going to recover for, might be 5 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, and then reassess and see how you're going after that. And I'll continue to do that during a race. Now, that's pretty much at any distance. I do that at park run, 5k park runs as well. So I'm doing it from 5k right up to the marathon distance. Now, in regards to what I think about, or what I try to motivate myself during a hard session, if I'm halfway through and I'm not feeling great, I will break down a session, either by time or by distance, or it might be a landmark. If I'm doing intervals, let's say I'm doing 6 by 800 meter intervals, and I'm not feeling great after 2 or 3, I just keep telling myself, okay, I'm already 50% of the way through, let's do this next one, see how I'm feeling. Do number 4, all of a sudden you're 3/4 of the way through, and I think to myself, only got 2 to go. How easy is that going to be? It's going to be another 8 or 10 minutes of running, and then the whole session's done. Same with a tempo. That 10k tempo I did last week, I felt really ordinary. I did it on a looped course. I did 2 loops, got me to 5k and a little bit, and I just kept telling myself, 1 more lap, see how you feel. I did the next lap. I thought, okay, let's get to 8k. Got to 8k, and once I got to there, Okay, I broke it down into time. I've only got 8 or so minutes left to run. I can do this. Now, it mightn't have felt great in that last 8 minutes, but I just kept breaking down the session. Rather than looking at a session as a whole, break it down. If you've got 6 by 1k reps to do, break them down. Okay, I'm going to do 2, see how I'm feeling. Oh, I've already done 2, I've only got 4 to go. I'll do another 2, see how I'm feeling. Oh, I've done 4, I've only got 2 more to do. Oh, session's already done. That works for me, just by breaking things down. There's some sessions that I'll go into and I just feel great from the word go and it just seems to be a breeze. But there's other times when I look at a session and I think I'm going to struggle with this one today. I've got to break it down. I'll break it down into number of reps, or I'll break it down into time, or I'll break it down into distance, and it seems to help me. It just stops that little chatter in my head telling me that I can't do it. I can do it. You just need to find a way to silence that voice in your head. Keep talking to yourself, keep motivating yourself, and I just find that if I keep doing that, the time seems to whiz by and all of a sudden the session's finished. Find your little motivational niche and call on that when you need it. You're not going to need it all the time, but it's always nice to have that in the back pocket that you can just pull out when you need it, and you know that it's going to get you through one of those hard sessions. Alright, I hope those tools will help you with your racing and your hard sessions, give you a few tips to provide some motivation to finish those sessions or races. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you've got all the way through to the end, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like. It does really help the channel. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, would really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, stay safe, happy running, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you want to see some of the other topics that I've been talking about in these videos, check out these 2 videos here on screen now. I'll see you next time. Hooroo.